Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Monday and welcome to the Monday Morning Show. We are your hosts. That's Ashley.
And that's Noah.
And we are so excited for another week of Monday morning fun. So, Ashley, what do we have this week?
Well, we've got some really exciting stuff this week.
Should we talk about some old stuff first?
Well, yes, we should.
We should cover our old news before we get into new news. Well, last week we had something really exciting.
We did. Pretty eventful.
We went on a mystery trip. And if you haven't heard, where did we go?
Well, we ended up in prison on our mystery trip.
We did end up in prison. And if I'm going to prison, you're coming with. So, we had a great day at the historic prison in Jackson. It's the first prison in Michigan, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we toured the whole prison and they let us out for good behavior. So Ashley and I are not runaways, we promise. It was a great time.
It was. We'd love to show some pictures of the day.
Yes, we have some good pictures.
Oh, it was so much fun. I can't wait to go back to prison.
Oh, I can't wait. I never thought I'd say that, but I'm really looking forward to more prison time.
Yes.
And what else happened? What did you do this weekend? Anything fun?
Just relax this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I did too.
Mhm.
Nice. It's good to have a relaxing weekend every now and again.
It is. The summer gets too busy.
It does. I see here that July is National Ice Cream Month.
It is. I did eat ice cream to celebrate
Did you eat
this
ice cream?
weekend.
Good.
I did. Yep.
I eat ice cream most times, but extra in July because it's National Ice Cream Month.
Well, it's important to celebrate those holidays.
Yes, and speaking of that, we are going to Sherman's Ice Cream.
Ooh.
So make sure you sign up for that on Touchtown so you can celebrate National Ice Cream Month too.
Sherman's is known for their good ice cream, aren't
They are, yes. It'll be a good trip. What else do we have? Well, I guess we should get into this week,
Let's
right?
get into the week, yes.
Okay, so today is Monday, and this afternoon we have Stephanie Grace from the Attorney General's office coming to talk to us about senior scams and specifically robocalls. So that will be at 2 p.m. in the auditorium, and she'll have lots of examples and ways and tips on how to handle phone scams. So
that's going to be a great program.
Yeah, nice and educational, very informative. We are looking forward to having her here.
Perfect. Tomorrow morning, the Village artists are staying in the building, and we are doing a skills and supplies lesson, and we'll be learning about perspective and color and contrast while using a photograph. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more, sign up in Touchtown. We'll be in the large conference room at 11 a.m.
Nice. And then at noon, we are going to head out to Saugatuck on the bus for a boat ride. So we're going to go to Saugatuck, have a delicious picnic in the park, and then hop on the Star of Saugatuck and go for a 90-minute ferry ride.
Ooh, that sounds wonderful.
So that will be a great time if you make sure you've signed up on Touchtown to go.
And the evening on Tuesday, we've got a couple different options. At 6:45, we've got our weekly American Legion Band concert. We also have a bus heading over to Hope College for the Jean and Elaine Jekyll Open House. And they are an open house honoring Jean and Elaine Jekyll with a mural that was painted by their grandson.
Yeah, that'll be really neat.
Mm-hmm.
And Wednesday is a very exciting day.
Wednesday is Stick Your Tongue Out Day.
Yeah, stick your tongue
And
out day.
so stick your tongue out to your neighbors.
Anybody you see, stick your tongue out. It's national, not national. Just stick your tongue
Just
out
stick
day.
your tongue out day.
Yeah, it's a good day.
That is.
Do you know anything else about tongues?
Just a little bit. I learned in my research here that the longest tongue was 4 whole inches.
4 inches. That feels like a lot of tongue.
It is. Have you
Wow.
ever seen the pictures of the guy from Kiss with his giant
Oh,
tongue?
yeah.
Gene Simmons? No, not Gene Simmons.
Mm,
Whatever his name is, with
that
the big
guy's
long
name.
tongue.
Yes, he does have a crazy long tongue. Do you think it's 4 inches?
It might be. He might be the record. I think
Is
he
he the
was at
record?
one point, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, Wednesday is Stick Your Tongue Out Day, so if you're feeling very adventurous, you can measure your tongue, see if you can beat 4 inches. And then Thursday is a super big day at
Yay.
Freedom Village. It is our annual county fair, so in the afternoon at 1 p.m. is when all the fun starts, and we'll have a big county fair in the backyard. We'll have the critter barn, we'll have live music, we'll have fair or county fair food. We've got corn dogs this year, which will be delicious. There's ice cream, there's bingo, there's a cookie walk, there's a pickle guessing jar,
Sensory station.
sensory station
kids.
for the kids. Anything else I'm missing?
Tattoos.
Oh, temporary tattoos. There's so much. It's going to be a great time. So bring your family, bring your friends. Everybody's invited 1 to 3 p.m. in the backyard for the county fair.
Let's take a look at some years past so we can look at what's in store for us.
Let's do it. Oh, the county fair is just always so much fun.
It is.
I love this day. I can't wait for Thursday. It's going to be great.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw! So on Friday, we finished out the week with a special guest, Garrett LeMaine. He was here last year to read some of his essays that he began writing during the pandemic. He's an 86-year-old Dutch immigrant. Some of you joined us for last year's, but he's going to read some new essays and just be here to answer questions about his experience and his book. So
Very
that will
cool.
be 2 p.m. in the auditorium.
Nice. Well, that's kind of what we've got for
That's the week.
the week.
It's going to be a busy one.
It is going to be a busy one. The county
gonna-
fair is enough on its own.
Yes, it
for
is.
sure.
So.
Well, we've got a special interview to show you today. We had a chance to go to Mary Porter's apartment, and she is quite the artist, and she showed us around her apartment and a lot of her wonderful artwork she created.
Awesome.
So let's take a look.
we
Being
go.
here today, we have Mary Porter, a fairly new resident to Freedom Village, as our special guest. Mary, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I am enjoying it here. I think it was a good move for me. I have lived since the 57 in Holland, so I knew quite a few people here and discovered people like old neighbors I didn't realize were here,
Oh, really?
and that was fun.
And I heard a rumor that someone that was pretty well known at Freedom Village was also a former supervisor of yours.
Oh, you mean my boss?
Yes.
I worked for 17 years at Hope College as an administrative assistant to Bob DeYoung, who was the vice president for development at time, meaning fundraising and college relations and that sort of thing. And I enjoyed that too. Met a lot of nice people.
Nice. So, Mary, I think that you are most well known as being an artist. At least that's
that-
what I've heard about you.
Well, yes, I've been drawing and painting all my life. And although I went to Purdue, which has no art school, I did major in much as that. After that, I took some courses at the University of Cincinnati and the Cincinnati Art Academy. And over the years, I've had workshops with nationally known artists, meaning you go for a week and sort of immerse yourself in their style of painting and learn from those people. One of those was Del Michael, who was on the faculty at Hope College, and he and his wife are friends of mine now. And then I learned over the years. I did not have a career in art, although I taught individuals from time to time.
You did art lessons?
And after I was divorced, I had to go to work. And I worked first at Herman Miller as an administrative assistant to the vice president for international. So that was an interesting job.
I bet.
Then he was transferred to England, and I couldn't go along. So I found a job at Hope College and retired from that job in 1995. So then I was able to paint more, and during those years I was in the art gallery, lucky to be in art galleries in Saugatuck and here, Holland. Not now, at the present. Also, I entered competitions, and I have been in, perhaps 50 to 75 shows.
Wow.
Juried competitions, and have won some prizes.
Wonderful.
So,
are you still painting today?
I am not a lot in my retirement, my late retirement years, like now. Not so much, but I'm trying to get back at it. I have a few things on the drawing board right out here now, and a few things on display at Freedom Village, currently in the auditorium.
For the flower display?
Yes.
Yes. So
and one of them is not a flower, but they took it anyway.
We're not too fussy. We just want to see your beautiful artwork.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you have some of your own artwork around your apartment?
Everything in this room except one.
Could you show us around and we could see what you got?
So I don't do just one type of art. This is an acrylic. I think there are 3 other paintings under it, but I painted over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you often paint over paintings?
Oh, not every once in a while. A great big one like that, I'm never quite satisfied. There's another one out here on the in the porch, on the porch, or whatever we want to call it. Well, it's to your left, Dick.
Oh, look
That's
at that.
a big bird, and I think there's some other paintings under that one too.
Oh, really?
Yes. One I did in the Caribbean when I was on St. Croix one time, and it was just a view, just a wonderful memory of being near the sea.
What a great way to capture your travels, though, with your own creations.
I probably had too much of the purpley blue paint on my leftover palette from doing something else, so I started dabbing at it and adding to it, and that's about how that grew.
Nice. What about these up here?
Well, I've just finished that a couple of weeks ago, and it's called an unfolding, and I don't know why it's unfolding golf tees, but and why they needed unfolding.
Are you a golfer?
No.
Oh, okay. And this is a collage type.
That's a collage just cut out. I entered that in the local Tulip Time poster this year, but they didn't want that one.
Okay.
Although for 4 other times I was in the top 20.
I was wondering that if you had been entered for the Tulip Time before.
in the living room here when I did a series of fans. And I also have some fans that are not framed, and they're in my flat file, which holds paper and some other artwork. And so just to pick up on doing a few things, I just finished that little fan, and I'm working on this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and there's the fans, yes.
That's called a deco fan. You know, Art Deco fan.
Mm-hmm.
I was fixing the rug.
Oh.
How about these two?
These are acrylic and some collage. And I did a series of, about 6. And I called them intersections. So they could be sort of futuristic maps of intersections or roads.
This is really cool. What was your inspiration for this piece?
The inspiration was an earlier painting that I had done using palm fronds, which was a picture of an egret, very realistic, which involved palm fronds, and I guess this was one of the later ones that I did. And I could just call this palmation because I couldn't think of a word.
That works.
What to name it. But
It's beautiful.
I kept it and I liked it for myself. So this piece, if you want to photograph, I made with the edge of an old credit card. I poured liquid acrylic on there and just moved things around. And it turned out to look like corn.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh, that's just a casual little piece called Rag Flowers. I did my own children. It's little in pastel.
Okay, so we've seen pastel, we've seen watercolors, we've seen acrylics, we've seen cross stitch,
Collage.
collage. Is there any medium you don't like to use? Or are you open to trying
I'm
anything?
open to everything. I've used colored pencils and markers and ink.
I love that. So many people stick to one area and they don't branch out. It's really cool to see all
I
the
would
different...
love to use oils again, but I just want to invest in a bunch of oils and make a mess.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a watercolor, and I call it The Cat, the Bird, and the Hidden Fish.
So if I look closely, I'm going to find a cat, a bird, and a fish in here.
Well, I hope you do.
Let's see here.
This is just a fantasy. You do see the horse, the unicorn.
I was going to say, is that a unicorn?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
You can even photograph the lady in my kitchen. I don't mean you, Carol.
The lady, but then the other lady.
No, she's hanging on the...
That was great.
It was.
She is a phenomenal artist. That is so cool.
She is. So nice of her to open her apartment for
Yes,
us.
it was. Well, I have a couple questions for you.
Uh-oh. All right.
Here is my questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Hot dog or hamburger?
Hamburger.
That was a long time. I had to think about that one.
I did. I like a hot dog, but
Corn dog or hamburger?
corn dog.
Ketchup or mustard?
Oh no.
Split second. What was your first thought?
Mustard.
All right. That's all I needed to know.
All right.
Let's see what other people think.
It's Monday morning, and you know what that means. It's time for nonsense. Nonsense with Noah. Let's hit the hall.
So the first one is hamburger or hot dog?
Oh my.
I think a hamburger.
Hamburger. And then hamburger or corn dog?
Oh, still a hamburger.
Still a hamburger. And then how about ketchup or mustard?
I like them both.
But if you had to choose.
Oh, mustard then.
Perfect. Thank you. Hot dog or hamburger?
Hamburger.
Hamburger or corn dog?
Corn dog.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Perfect. Thank you. So, here is what I have for you. Hot dog or hamburger?
Hamburger.
Hamburger or corn dog?
Hamburger.
And ketchup or mustard?
Mustard.
Ah, good
Homemade
answers.
mustard.
Homemade mustard. That's a winner. They're like so easy. Hot dog or hamburger?
Hamburger.
Hamburger or corn dog?
Hamburger.
Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup.
Perfect. That's it. Well, that is all we have for you this week.
That's
so
Monday morning.
That is Monday morning. We've got a big, busy week planned ahead, so we hope you enjoy. And until then, that's Ashley.
That's Noah.
And this has been Monday Morning. We'll see you next week.
Bye.